Welcome to 5.8's Math Moment. Today in math, students explore division with decimal numbers. Let's go to example number 1. It says there are 11 2/10 yards of ribbon and Meg needs 7/10 of a yard for each bow. How many bows can she make? Alright, so I need to figure out how many bows that Meg can make when she's got 11 2/10 yards. So I'm going to go ahead and put that 11 2/10 yards as my dividend, and my divisor is 7/10. That's how much I need for each of my bows. Now when we have got division of decimals, we have to do some shifting of the decimal place to make that easier to work with. So I'm going to try to make my divisor a whole number. I'm going to shift it one spot. So I need to do the exact same thing to my dividend by shifting it one spot. Now some students are familiar and they're okay with looking at a problem that they've shifted and they've shown that. Other students are not. They're more comfortable by rewriting this number, so it makes it a little bit easier to see. So I actually have 112 divided by 7. So I'm going to go ahead and do the division now. I'm going to use the traditional algorithm. Can 7 go into 1? It can't. Can 7 go into 11? It can go in one time. 1 times 7 is 7. When I take 11 minus 7, I get 4. I need to bring down my 2. Can 7 go into 42? It can go in 6 times. 6 times 7 is 42. When I subtract, I have nothing left over. So how many bows can Meg make? She can make 16 bows. Alright, let's look at example number 2. We're going to take 7 28/100 divided by 14/100. Writing this problem down, I have my dividend, which is 7 28/100 divided by my 14/100. As I did in the very first problem, I need to do some shifting with my divisor to make it a whole number. In this case, I have 1, 2 hops. I'm going to go to my dividend, 1, 2 hops. Rewriting this problem, I have 728 divided by 14. Now I'm ready to go ahead and start dividing. Can 14 go into 7? It can't. Can 14 go into 72? I know that it can, but I'm not too sure how many times, so I'm going to do some work over here to figure out how many times it can go in there. Again, I'm going to start with 5, because it's kind of a good guess and check spot. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 more is 7, so I have 70. I'm very, very close there, so I think 5 is a good spot to start. 5 times 14 is 70. When I subtract, I have a 2 left over, and I need to bring down my 8. Can 14 go into 28? I know that if I take 14, I believe it's times 2. I'm going to just double check, and if your student's not sure, I would always encourage them to show their work just to prove their answer as they're solving. It is 2, so I'm going to put 2 on top. 14 times 2 is 28. When I subtract, I have nothing left over. So for example number 2, the quotient to my division problem is going to be 52. If you have any questions about today's math lesson, make sure you see your math teacher.